Yo, what is up folks, MTG here, back after a little bit, and we have a Bloomburrow on Arena. Pretty exciting, like really cool theme. I like fell in love with the Red Bull books when I was younger, and taking a look at Jeskai Ascendancy in Explorer here. I've got a pretty sweet list. Let me just try and import this. Error importing deck contains Retraction Helix. Right, yeah, Retraction Helix is on Arena. Hopefully we get it soon. That's part of a couple of different combos. Alright, I think the Helix is out. We can work something out here. Unknown card, Radiant Flames. Alright, there's a gun. Again? Here's a Valakut. That's like a really popular sideboard card for Pioneer. Alright, enough memeing around. This is the actual Ascendancy list we're going to be looking at today. I did want to make a note at the start of this though that there are cards that are missing from Pioneer that are legal in paper that are not on an Arena platform yet that are really cool and do a bunch of interesting things. Retraction Helix is one of those. It enables you to basically present a loop where you bounce a 0-mana artifact and replay it again and over and over again with Jeskai Ascendancy. With that being said, with Jeskai Ascendancy without that loop, kind of doing more... having to put more work in to win the game. And we have some new cards from Bloomburrow to help us do that. Thunder Trap Trainer and Valley Floodcaller. The Trainer acts like more copies of Flagy Archaeologist. Archaeologist itself, mill 3 cards, non-creature land card from among them into your hand. Helps you find Jeskai Ascendancy. If you don't, it gets a counter. Fair enough. These cards go to Graveyard, which helps you Treasure Cruise. Thunder Trap Trainer is the new card. It's an Otter Wizard. The 1/2 has Offspring 4 as well, so later on in the game, if you're like get quite late on the game, you can like do a couple of these. When this creature enters, look at the top 4 cards of your library. You may reveal a non-creature land card from among them and put it into your hand. The rest of these go on the bottom. So top 4 cards instead of 3, but they go onto the bottom so they don't power up Treasure Cruise. There. The Offspring abilities are pretty nice, like, hey, you get to the position where you can do this, it's pretty great. And that allows you to go kind of like wider to actually get the extra creature in play to kill the Ascendancy stuff. But we'll see how things actually play out in the matches. The other card is a Valley Floodcaller. 2 and a blue for a 2/2 with Flash. You may cast non-creature spells as though they had Flash. And whenever you cast a non-creature spell, birds, frogs, otters, and rats you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. And you get to untap them. Sweet. This basically doubles up Jeskai Ascendancy triggers. I probably should have gone through this first. Jeskai Ascendancy, the card the deck's built around. Red, blue, white. Blue, red, or white. For an enchantment. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, creatures you control get +1/+1 until end of turn. Untap those creatures. And then whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card. So the idea is to cast a bunch of non-creature spells. So we've got 4 Consider, 4 Opt, 4 Sleight of Hand. The basically difference between this version and the true combo version of the Retraction Helix is we're playing a bunch of cantrips to kind of like chain through our library with Jeskai Ascendancy, instead of playing the like, hey, I'm just going to loop this 0-mana artifact. Which is worse. But hey, we may do what we got. And so Floodcaller doubles up on the untap triggers and buffing our team. Makes the team huge. So we've got like these creatures and we're going to buff them up and win the game. That seems a little bit scuffed. So let's talk about the lands as well. We've got 4 copies of Restless Spire and 1 copy of Restless Anchorage. The Restless Spire is an elemental creature. 2/1 with first strike when you animate it. It's red and a blue. So animated 2 mana is really important. But normally with these creatures when you're untapping them, you're not getting much value without the Retraction here. However, with Restless Spire and the Restless Anchorage here, you get to make mana every time. You get to make multiple mana if you have a couple of them animated. You can animate Restless Spire, tap it for blue, cast as like a Sleight of Hand, untap like Jeskai Ascendancy, and all of a sudden you're like getting to go through your deck, get the extra loots in as well, get to watch Treasure Cruise, which will then get you to more cards. And all of a sudden you're kind of like speeding through your deck and you get to untap and make more mana, carry on going and going and going. And that's where things are going to get interesting. Around this then, we have our 8 cantrips, 3 copies of Spell Pierce, and 4 copies of Fire Impulse from interaction, and being able to force through the Ascendancy itself. Obviously, the Archaeologist and the Thunder Trap Trainer are there to help you find the Ascendancy. The Floodcaller there is a bonus Wink Edition, and you can kind of like, hey, play like a mid-range game plan with these cards as well. So you're kind of lacking for like big removal. And then Treasure Cruise obviously refills you, and is amazing when you're going off. Jeskai Ascendancy looting you cards, Archaeologist putting cards in the graveyard, really strong. I have cut the sideboard out for these games, so we're going to try it out in best. So hey, the Tears of Valakut and the Radiant Flames that I was memeing out don't matter. The Retraction Helix is huge. And please playing like a Rona combo and some other stuff, which has kind of fallen off a little bit in Pioneer, but is still there as a valid combo deck that you can play, especially if you just want to have fun. So hey, let's hop into some matches. If you're not already, please do subscribe to the channel. I have just also upgraded the setup, so let me know what you think about the new audio and stuff. Alright, matches. Alright, this looks reasonable. We don't have a Ascendancy, but we've got a couple of ways to kind of like help us dig for it. We'll go ahead and keep. I just listened back through. I don't want to lead on this Inspiring Vantage. I'm going to shut for Hell of Hand. I'm just going to cast a Sleight of Hand now. I'll take the creep. Sure. We want to make like a turn to archaeologist. Getting one of these out of the way now, super solid. Sure, this is interesting. Not like immediately like want to kill this, but obviously we're not blocking the stuff. They have lots of creature removal. The snow-covered island also implies mono blue. I think like we're gonna run out of time pretty quickly to get Ascendancy down. I just want to see the most cards towards it. And so I'm gonna make the trainer actually. He's an extra card over the archaeologist. Not great. We have archaeologist, we've got some removal. Alright, I'm gonna gamble a little bit and take the spell pierce. Might be the consider's correct there, but and maybe even like you get to late stage treasure cruise. I want to make sure we actually get to kill the things we need to. And so this book has kind of helped us with that. Alright, given this, I don't like shocking for it, but I think we kind of have to. This feels a mega bag. So if they just, let's be fair, if they just count the archaeologist, we can't be too unhappy. We like clearly left up red for a removal spell. Yeah, I'm trying to be a bit more conscious of the microphone in front of me. I listened back to the actual audio. Kinda ugly. Yeah, I guess take this. I want to take the opt, but I actually want this Iron Impulse to be 3 damage. In for 1. Alright. Let's see how things go. Yeah. I just got back from visiting the north of England to see my parents. And I'm going away this weekend to Axiom Cardiff, so I'm like, oh, let me try and make a video in between. We'll see how things go. Do you run this? They can sacrifice this one. They could also play an actual counter spell. Rattle change is annoying because it gives the hobby for the spell. But alright. I suppose this is awkward. Like there's a bunch of like they have some counter spells. Well, it's more awkward because we drew the second one. You would consider. It'll be a tough matchup. Alright, the train. We still want to find an ascendancy, but we're also slowly dying. You can cast one of the opts and have Fire Impulse. Because now I don't want to cast this now. I don't want to cast this later. This is guaranteed to get us through. Oh lord, we're in pretty big trouble anyway. This is like a base 2-1, but the most one is like be guaranteed to be able to do damage. The most disruptive thing. I'm just gonna kill one of these. Like, we could in theory hold it for if they play a launch, but that's like really easy for us to get blown out. Especially if they go like have another land, can hold up there. Orange threat. Yeah, we've done a bit of digging, have not been successful. They actually do have the Supreme Phantom. Yeah, so like if they played, because they played a land here, they could have another rattle change, they could have another counter, any of the like, plays a counter spell as well. As it is, we're going to 6. They have rattle chains. So if I cast opt here, I don't want to cast any other. You might just get ran over by spirits, to be honest. Okay, well, we kind of need that. Yeah, my tendency is, but it's far too. It has this on our turn. A bit weird. I mean, I guess we don't have to, but it incentivizes some behavior. They also have this. Guys, let us know was the card I was hoping they'd have, because we can at least interact with this. They normally have a couple of different like hard counters like this that you need to kind of play through. why I kept the initial spell pierce. Drawing the second one was really, really bad. Yeah. I also need to stop looking in different directions when I'm talking, because I need to be talking straight into the microphone here. Just doing the exact thing he's talking about. Yeah, he's targeted they targeted the fire impulse. Okay. I think I play this then. I'm gonna. That's so close to what we need. Bit too late. Yeah. Having a little board we did that. Slightly fudded. Maybe they had. Just block the face the same. Yeah, we can cast this. It's a bit too fast and a bit too disruptive. Yeah, the Spirit Stack is like the worst nightmare for second match. This mic's slowly going to get closer and closer to my face, and so I stop looking away and stuff and ruining the audio. So sorry about that. Yeah, I want to talk a little bit about like the different versions of Jeskai Ascendancy. I actually played the second standard, played it in Modern, and played it in Pioneer Explorer. I have another video with it, like another Jeskai build from a little while back on the channel too. The main thing, like the green versions versus like the Jeskai versions, these lands are like really, really good and give this version like a bit of staying power. But previously, used to rely on like things like Sylvan Caryatid, another card that's not on Arena yet, because it's please. That one's also hexproof, which is really nice. To like, hey, you are going to generate mana, so your creatures tap for mana, rather than having to rely on the mana lands. We'll keep this. We have Ascendancy. We have like no third land right now, but hopefully we get there. There is a third land, which lead with. The swamp actually makes me feel like I should have led with the Seafoam Coast, but we want to get the that lands. The events. Pretty happy bring this out, trying to start filling up our graveyard. We don't need to be super interactive. We're primarily, if we play like a long interactive game, we're likely to lose. Because our like best removal is like fire impulses are removal. Like, yeah, I could wait and get like spell pierce on. I could wait and hold up spell pierce. So about there. I was like, what are they gonna do? Play Fable? Yeah, we get show and tell comboed. In general, we also can't be this card. Okay, so we need to decline some draws to. Oh, we can do this on draw step maybe. We're going to take 2 off of this. And decline the first one. We have a consider right now. I think I will loot off this one. Maybe we should just loot off of both. We run into a little bit of danger. Alright, this Rest of Spire isn't doing anything here. Discard the Trap Trainer first though. These triggers happen. They're on 27. Now we can draw for our turn. Alright, no, that's just not for any triggers. So blue. I was trying to work out if there's a way we can play this and animate it. There isn't, and we don't have a way to give it haste anyway. Consider here. Yeah. Discard. I want the consider, to be honest. Alright, excuse me, this will be a bit slow. I'm gonna Apologies. Yeah. Graveyard. Can we cast Stellar Ascendancy? No. Blue. Take action to draw. Then opt. Discard the Ascendancy because you can't cast it. Basically going to win the game this turn. We will absolutely keep Treasure Cruise on top. Okay, cool. So doesn't matter too much what we want to leave Spell Mastery, but like the purposes of this, we just want to find enough cantrips to win the game. Oh, the other archaeologist. The spell pierce obviously isn't doing too much either. Okay. Light hand. I'll discard one of these. This. Alt. Take action. Others. Bottom. That's 18. Yeah. Play a hand. So we're at 20 right now. We need to do something more. You can also start discarding these. I'm not looking at all. They're gonna concede. There you go, Jeskai Ascendancy Combo. Again, trying to be a bit more conscious of the mic. We did beat the turn 3 Sorin, which is pretty funny after me not holding up Spell Pierce. We did get paid off for that, but pinch of salt. That's maybe the funniest way gonna happen. We'll keep this. We don't have a red source, we can dig to find one. See if we can get a repeat here. I'm just gonna leave with the island. No auto kill. Okay. So this could be like normal Amalia. I'm gonna scratch the bottom. I'm just looking for a red source at the moment. Okay, maybe get some more beatdown plan. It could still be like angels at this point, of course. Play this out. Addison. I'm gonna do this, and then we're gonna look to maybe play into the beatdown plan. We do bottom. Orbital cruise. We have a cruise already. Yeah. So trying to be more focused on making sure that I'm actually facing this and not looking away from it. Okay, Amalia. Not seen a black source yet, but you at least dig for removal. And we want to dig for a red source anyway. We need to find a red source. That's a red source, but that might be too late. We have to kind of take it though. And then we have an op. No, y'all ain't hear me. The Thunder Trap Trainer. I was looking to see where we are in terms of like, okay, cruise and stuff. Alright, well, there's an Amalia. Oh dear. Now, this deck's not very well equipped to win through high amounts of life. And definitely cannot kill like a 2020 Amalia either. There are also, and have been like, other variants in like other formats of the Ascendancy deck, either playing more into the control game, playing to more like tokensy flash style stuff, like once you get your Ascendancy in play with like Monastery Mentor, that kind of thing. There have also been, I remember I don't remember what the name is. Somebody won an SCG Open with Somebody won an SCG Open with... Why can't I remember? Oh yeah, Jeskai Ascendancy, like, heroic Jeskai Ascendancy Combo as well. I was like, oh, that seems sweet. But that was kind of like a flash in the pan out. Okay, so we need to find 2 Fire Impulses to be able to kill this. Definitely want an Archaeologist. If they have to get involved in combat, maybe we get to like get them with some Blood Caller nonsense. We don't even have an instant to cast off it. Just like, please don't have a Wild Growth Wall here. And this is how we win the long 3. We end up block, maybe. We're just gonna make the ascent, put it into play. I hope everything else comes. We need them to not have a Wild Growth Walker, kind of whichever way the game goes. And then, like, we can make the decision based. Okay, cool. Alright. We ran into one of the 3 decks. Alright, challenge, stay in front of the mic, expert difficulty. Yeah, that was a little rough. Got a little run out. Amalia's really hard to interact with. Like, if we have the Fire Impulses to slow them down, we can get there. If not, it's pretty hard. I'll keep this. We've got a bunch of tools to use. We don't have Ascendancy, but have, like, hey, colors, bunch of ways to dig for Ascendancy. I'm going to shock this so we can cast this Consider. Start getting this Treasure Cruise online. There's an interesting point here where we have to decide between the Trainer and the Floodcaller. Reason being, sorry, between these 2. Because if we play this, obviously don't hit Ascendancy, we start doing kind of valuable things with this. I'll take a Consider. So the Floodcaller interacts well with the Trainer. You probably can't tell exactly what we're doing from the sound. The Floodcaller just a little bit of a giveaway. Obviously the Otters are like new cards. And, I will in the description have both this list and the Pioneer list that I'll buy. And this. Try and find the good cards. Not be greedy, I'm just gonna play this out. Looks to be red though, so it could be mono. We can kind of lean into the Otter plan here. You get to see the Otter half the net. But Otter Ra bit too. Just a go. I like to flash one of these. They know we have these. Just let us do some weird stuff like flash in Treasure Cruise and that kind of thing. That's annoying, but deal. Alright. Alright, let's try and play some Otter games. We have 2 Ops here. With 3 cards in graveyard. That's an Opt. Like, do you like this card, but don't want it right now? You just want to find Ascendancy. That might actually be pretty good. Again here. We have like 1 Treasure Cruise that's getting online, but 2's probably. We could have also looked to like flash in the other like, the land and then flash in the Otter and stuff that way. I thought I would have liked to find an untapped Lethal. These Treasure Cruise online's refuel now. Way, but stop looking away from the microphone. Stop it. Okay. Alright, well those are the Thoughtseize. Yeah. We can take that away. We had a way to like go wide with the otters. It'd be like a little bit more interesting. We'll start getting like very, very excited. Okay. Another trespasser I'm not that worried about. Hitting crews is good. 5, 6. I think no block players say fire and I pass the turn. You can flash the treasure cruise. Oh. Only character players. F5. What do I have here? There's some interesting scenarios that could play out. I'm still trying to like work my head around using these otters the most effective way. Oh. Really awkward time. I've got a 5, I just cast this. I think I get the trick. Alright, we go through the abrade and stuff. Like this untaps that. Are we hitting Ascendancy? Which is good. Yeah, all this stuff kinda we'll take the end. Maybe try to be a little bit too cute here. None of this flip was also not fantastic, but we at least don't get kind of got. Okay. Maybe this is like a end of turn otter untap Ascendancy angle. Worried about the number of cards that they spell pierce. Otter and spell pierce. Can't do both. I don't want to take the extra damage for it. Rather have the untap. Yeah, they only cast one spell on that. Okay. Please stop walking away from the microphone, please. Stop it. Ah. Okay, used to it. It'll be a little bit of a learning process transitioning across to using this. But hopefully it will end up quite good in the end. I hope anyway. Sure. You get a 6. I'm gonna tap out for the giant here. A blood type harvester. Don't do it. Mana up. Okay. There are some problems. There's some real issues, shall we say. If they have a straight up removal spell for the Flood Caller, I do have a spell piss. I would like the Jeskai Ascendancy in play, so at least get a loot off of that. And then we max only then have one other blue source. An issue. I'm gonna go red, Fire Impulse this, and try and loot. Yeah, the other thing about Retraction Helix is that you get to just bounce all their stuff. Well, while you're doing all this stuff. That's okay. And because we drew all the land, you don't get to do anything. We got like extremely flooded here, but we got extremely flooded here. Yeah. We just die to the... Oh, this actually transforms back, but they have a hive. I should say no attacks. Alright, barring that treasure cruise was like a huge L. Why am I just not allowed to look at my graveyard? Okay, I can see that. I'd like to look at it. There we go. I don't know. I guess just my arena's taking forever to load. Right. So, what can we do around? I have to cast this just to get this Ascendancy trigger. They're not paying. Well, they can pay. No, sorry. They're gonna pay, of course, but we just need to try and find something, anything. So they're gonna pay. They can sacrifice the flood caller. We'll take 4.
One of your friends has to leave.
I think if you have a way to give a thing haste in the deck. Not the way we're presently constructed. Let's have a look then. This is the one we want to take. The hive. Actually. Oh, this turns off. You have to discard the island. And the reason we're doing this first is because X on the cards would turn off. Exile on the graveyard would turn off the fire impulse from doing 3 damage. We'll do this. Yeah, we have extra cards in our graveyard now. Yeah. On the whole, do you want to just loot here? We have some extras. Cast this. Let's just make a double block versus the hive. Given we've got 2 cantrips, bonus ascendancy should be better. But without a mana land, gotta go off. Or well, limited infinite mana. It's not going to be as good. Alright. They have a Bone Crusher Giant. Okay, this will be the last match. Yeah, it was a tough one. We were like pretty close to assembling a combo at the end there. They just like hit by the Bone Crusher at the last possible time-ish. This looks solid. We were on the draw, but hey. Alright. There are audio issues. I promise it'll get better as I get more used to this, and it'll hopefully enforce some good habits so that we'll get better things going in the future. I know one of the main complaints about my videos is that I talk too quickly and don't this is like a prime example when I'm trying to articulate it at the same time and I'm kind of getting stumbled. That's 3 white lands in the bin. That's unfortunate. Yeah, we just need to find... Me when I say that this will be my last game, my opponent hitting... That's a court up as well. Even if they don't have it here, they have the court. We have a spell pierce, the quarter calling. Yeah, it's bonus lighter hand. This is the problem with sleight of hand. People are like, hey, sleight of hand's great, right? You're like, wait, but if I see 2 cards and I want both of them, I don't get to take both of them. And this is the problem we're at. I think to win this game, I need Jeskai Ascendancy and untap white source. So I take the Jeskai Ascendancy, I have more untapped white sources in the deck. My advantage at this point is also not an untapped white source because I play my land for the turn. That's me mis-sequencing. I should have cast spell first. But yeah. There you go. This is still going to be very tough, pretty much any way this goes. But hey. They could also just naturally have the Wildgrowth Walker anyway. The worst bit about all this is if they don't convoke with the Amalia, they need to. Yes, if they don't tap the Amalia to convoke, okay. But if they tap the Amalia to convoke, they could have played with Spell Pierce otherwise. Right. the little wins that we worry about. Okay, so there is the Ascendancy. We're gonna get this down. And just say these unfortunately do not fly. It is so much harder to do this without Retraction Helix, like having to play through multiple creatures. We might just not be able to do it. And we might again just be dead to Amalia stuff. Because that's how the format works. I'll see the next card. I will see you in the post-game wrap-up. Alright, well we got one. And it was versus Vampires in a game where they went turn 3 show and tell. So we have to feel pretty good about that. However, in fact, no, not however, we can blame the rest of it on us not having a Retraction Helix on the platform. The deck is very, very sweet. The Otters are very, very cool. We didn't get to do any more late gamey stuff. But there's some definitely, like, I can see these getting played in some other shells as well. But are, in particular, pretty sweet with the Ascendancy. I want to take this time a little bit to talk a little. I'm going to do a longer form video on what Explorer is missing in terms of like cards to come on for Pioneer that are relevant in like tier 1 decks. There are a bunch of tier 2 decks that are missing like a pile of cards, which is really unfortunate. And I appreciate we're going to get Pioneer Masters eventually, but it's been cancelled once before. They've not said anything about it in a while. We're meant to have like Pioneer tournaments on the platform by the end of 2024. Yeah, I just want to hear some stuff and see what's going on. There are a ton of sweet cards missing. And then similar to that, like we've got bans coming August 26th. We'll probably see something in Pioneer. Will we though? But the format is very stable. There are like 3 top decks: Amalia, Phoenix, and Vampires. And then underneath that you have like red, you have control, you have there were like 3 specific decks that I wanted to like list under. Mono green, I think it's the other one I was like looking at. Those like the next 3 pillars down, but they're all kind of a tier below. They can all win, but there's like 3 clear just best decks in the format. And so I think something will shake them up a bit, hopefully. And so far, looking at the league results and things, Bloomburrow has not really brought enough stuff. And so while I was like super hyped to like come back and play a bunch of Bloomburrow things, this was something sweet that I found. And I will have a list to both this on Moxfield, and also I'll leave a Goldfish link to the Pioneer list I took a bit of inspiration from, which is really, really sweet. I'm probably going to try and the RCQ season's over, but local Pioneer event, probably try and sleeve that up for. We'll see what happens. Yeah, the deck is really, really sweet. Hopefully we get some movement in the format one way or the other. Maybe Duskmoor will bring some cool stuff. And maybe we get some bans. So there's like so the problem with bans is that like if just banning Amalia isn't good. It's like if you take Amalia out of the picture, is the format healthy? Probably not. If you take, it's like, what, you're gonna ban like 4 cards, 5 cards? We're gonna unban some stuff. I'm really curious to see what they do. In Modern, I think it's a bit easier, so there are some questions there as well. Excuse me. I'm about to run off to Cardiff for the weekend to go to Axion, and playing some Modern there with Jeskai control. I really wanted to play Dredge, but I promised a friend that I would team deck with them. We are playing Jeskai, which should be fun, and we'll see how that goes. Maybe I do a video on that. I also might do a video on the Dredge build I've been working on, which I'm pretty, I don't know. Yeah, I've 3-0'd 2 FNMs with it. Ooh. So yeah, anyway. Cool. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, all that kind of stuff. And peace out. The deck is really, really sweet. But the format is a bit of a weird spot at the moment. Alright, ta-ra.